just get my hair cut. So it's quite a bit shorter. And I thought it would be fun to just play with these rollers and just roll it up and see how this thing works. You can check it out. Now, I've done at least one other video with this thing, but it was a while ago. So they don't sponsor me or anything. I really enjoyed my Caruso hair setter back in the 90s. I don't know what happened to it. I think I gave it away. I thought it was really cool to see this on there. Oh, I remember what happened. My hair got really, really long. It got down to my waist, and I found that this thing didn't work really well for like really long hair. And I did give it away. I think I gave it to somebody. It was back when I was working at the hospital, and I was working in the pharmacy. I was a pharmacy tech at a hospital, and I gave it to one of my coworkers. So that's what happened to that one. But it was just like a hint of nostalgia to see this molecular. Now they call it a molecular steam setter. I believe originally they called it the molecular hair setter. Now they call it the molecular steam setter. So I'm gonna get this set up, and we'll get it going. Now you will hear the noise of the steam setter in the background. It will make the noise of steam. So it'll be a little bit of that. We're gonna talk about balls. So I'll be right back. The one bad thing about my Caruso steam setter, or steam molecular steam setter, is that it didn't come with any instructions. I think it was supposed to come with an instruction booklet. Mine did not. Or if it did, I've lost it. So I had to look up the instructions. I was pretty sure I remembered it. And I was correct. Now, like I was saying, with the old one, you had to put a little bit of salt in the reservoir with the water. You don't have to do that anymore. You're just going to take, this is the reservoir right here. There's a little fill line in here, and you just fill it up with water to that fill line. So I have some water here. I don't think it matters what kind of water you use. I wouldn't put carbonated water in there, but any old water will do. And you just find the fill line and you just fill it up. And the thing I like most about this thing is that it doesn't burn your hair or damage your hair. It actually kind of conditions your hair a little bit, and it makes it feel really nice and soft. Okay, so we have our reservoir, and then we have this little piece here that has a cord, you know. And okay, so you see there's this little piece right here. We have these rollers, and we have them in different sizes, and there's this cover on it. You can take the cover off or leave it on. I'll probably take it off, but you just put it on there like that, and I think you have to leave it on there for at least 3 seconds. You can leave it on longer if you want to, and then lift it off and roll your hair. And then you put the little cover on it to hold it, and that's it. So I'm going to plug this up and get it ready to go. Okay, the steamer is now steaming. It heated up the water very quickly. And I'm going to just take my rollers. I took some and I took the little caps off and I put them like that. Then we're going to start rolling the hair. If you're somebody who does hair, please don't watch. It's probably going to be horrifying to watch. I roll my hair kind of like I do everything else. It's sort of chaotic. So you take it like that, and then you take your little clip and you clip it into place. Like that. And you take another roller and you put it on top. And you have to leave it on there for at least 3 seconds. is about balls. I talk about balls. It's like a running joke on this channel. It wasn't always a running joke. It's not something that meant to become a running joke. I really didn't. I messed up. So, the funny thing about balls is that I used to be a very shy person, and it was very easy to embarrass me. If you were to even mention anything around me like that, I would blush so easily. But now I'm old and jaded and dead inside, and you can't scandalize me anymore because I am just so over everything. I don't care. Okay, so the ball thing, I don't know how well you can hear me over that steamer. Let me keep rolling my hair for now. So yeah, we joke about balls here, and you may have heard me mention knowing a guy who had 3 balls. And that's true. I did know a guy who had 3 balls. I'm not kidding. I really did. Many years ago. I didn't see them myself. I messed that one up. I have to do it again. Okay. I'm trying to get small sections of hair, and I'm kind of just twisting it a little bit. It goes pretty fast. Let's get some of this hair back here. You get a lot of curlers, and you get them in different sizes. You have these little bitty ones like this. You have medium size, and then you have some larger ones like that. I have found for me though that the smaller ones do better. I think because my hair is so fine, it just if you use the big rollers on my hair, it doesn't really curl it at all. So I twist the sections a little bit, and I try to use these smaller ones. because I have to let these sit for a bit. I think that was 3 seconds. Okay, I have unplugged the steamer and it is slowly dying. It's dead. Alright, so on this channel there are several running jokes that you will hear because I don't know. One thing about me that I want you to know is that at heart I'm kind of just a goofy person and I have a very immature sense of humor. I really have a very immature sense of humor. I'm like Beavis and Butthead, really. I've never outgrown that, and I don't care. I'm okay with it. I find really stupid things funny. So, I don't even remember how it first came up, but this was several years ago. I made a comment about knowing a guy who had 3 balls, and so many people in the comment section mentioned that, like, I'm sorry, what? That was so random. And then there was another video not long after that where I mentioned something about 3 balls, but I didn't mention the guy that had 3 balls. And a lot of people said, oh my gosh, you should have mentioned the guy with 3 balls again. I want to know more about the guy with 3 balls. And I noticed that people really thought that was funny. And if I didn't comment on it, everybody would say, that's what she said, or something like that. So I just decided to go ahead and acknowledge it, you know. So we ended up talking about balls a lot. Balls became a common subject. So people found it funny, displeasure with me. And to me, it seems that their displeasure is something kind of silly or petty or just ridiculous. It evokes a different emotion in me. I am now motivated to do whatever it is as often as possible. Like now I have to do it even more. So it seems that the more people complain about me talking about balls, the more I talk about balls. It activates the stubborn streak that I have that runs long. It goes way back in my family. Very stubborn people in my family. We like to do things our way and we don't like being told what to do. So we rebel as hard as possible. We go hard for that. Do not tell me what to do. Do not tell me what to say. Do not tell me what not to say. Because now I'm going to do it forever and ever. I'm going to say balls, balls, balls until I die. Absolutely. So it is kind of a contradiction because I do want people to be happy with me, but in my opinion, if you're just being ridiculous, if you're just being a silly person, I'm just going to do it more. I mean, and I try to cut back. It's like a balancing act. You know, I try to cut back and not talk about balls so much. But then, I kind of want to talk about balls, and I never know when it's going to happen. I don't plan it in advance. It seems like it happens a lot when we're looking at bags of jewelry or something. It seems like there's always at least one occasion where I can say something about the guy with 3 balls. And I just say it. I just go ahead if it feels right. Like if I feel like talking about balls, I talk about balls. If I don't feel like doing it, I don't. But I could just mention balls one time in a 45-minute video and somebody will have a problem with it. They will clutch those pearls. I cannot watch a channel where the person in it talks about balls. I'm leaving. It happens. It happens a lot. So I save them the trouble. I just go ahead and block them so they don't have to go to the trouble of unsubscribing. They're gone anyway. Well, I guess they're still subscribed until they unsubscribe, but I'll make sure they don't have to talk about it anymore. Not on my channel anyway. But I did. That is true. I knew a person with balls, and with 3 balls. I probably don't know a lot of people with balls, but I knew one in particular that, from what I heard, had 3. Now I didn't see them. Okay. What happened was he was at one time the significant other of a person who was related to my significant other, and I was talking to her, and she said, "Oh, do you know? Are you talking about so and so? Oh yeah, we used to date. Did you know he has 3 balls?" No, I did not. I didn't know what to say to that. I'm sure I turned very red because at this point I was like 16, 17 years old. I'm sure I did. And yeah, it just kind of stuck with me. And then one day in a video, I just blurted it out. I hadn't thought about the guy in years. I haven't seen him or I haven't heard anything about him in over 20 years. I just happened to blurt it out in a video and so many people thought it was funny. And I just remembered it, and so in future videos, if it seemed to fit the moment, I would say it again. It was never supposed to become a thing, but then people started complaining about it and telling me that I was being inappropriate. And I guess it goes back to when I was in a cult. That I have done videos about the religious group I was involved in my 20s for about a year. I wrote a book, River Road. It's based on my experience there. It's a fiction novel, but there's some true stuff in it. My experience and other people's experiences. You know, during my time in that group, what I said and did, where I went, who I spent my time with, was very closely monitored and controlled by the powers that be in the church. And I had a lot of meetings in the office at the church about my inappropriate coming never subject myself to that ever again. It was just a promise I made to myself. I just realized I have a hair sticking up like an antenna right there. Oh my god. So, personally, I think the people who have a problem with me talking about balls are the ones with the problems. I never said I was talking about testicles. I never said I was talking about that. I said he had 3 balls. I never specified what kind of balls they were. They could have been soccer balls. They could have been baseballs. They could have been golf balls. I never said I knew a man who had 3 testicles. I said I knew a man who had 3 balls. So if you're hearing something inappropriate, then that's really on you more than me. But it just sort of became its own thing. Like the whole ball thing sort of took on a life of its own on this channel. And sometimes when you have a YouTube channel, things just come into being that you never planned. It just kind of happens. And the balls thing just kind of happened. And the more silly people who came along and had a problem with it, the more I talked about balls. And I try to rein it in. I don't want to do it too much because sometimes it even gets on my nerves. It's like, Mary, shut up about the balls already. My God. I can't help myself because, like I said, I have a very immature sense of humor. Okay, we're going to take these out and see what happens. Results will vary. If you actually know how to roll hair, you'll probably do better than I did. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? Boing, boing, boing. I know I could have done a better job rolling them up close to my head, but I haven't done this in a while. I did used to be better at it back when I used to do it many years ago. I will have you know that absolutely no one where I work noticed that I got my hair cut. I have encountered since yesterday probably 30 people. Not one of them said, I don't think any of them noticed. I guess it's not super drastic. Let's see how this does. Look at it. I find that the smaller curlers work better. So yeah, we talk about balls here sometimes, and I don't mean to be offensive. I really don't. Just pretend I'm talking about dodgeballs or volleyballs or baseballs or basketballs or something. 'Cause as far as you know, that's what I am talking about. I never said I was talking about nutsacks and testes. I never once said that till just now. The man who had 3 balls that I'm talking about, it could have been 3 wiffle balls. I was never terribly specific about it. Just think about it that way. I'll tell you what though, from my experience, there's the one that had the antenna. From my experience, the people who act the most scandalized by that stuff, they got more skeletons in their closet than the biggest graveyard you ever saw. I think it's an act with a lot of people. They feel like they have to pretend to be offended and scandalized, but they're really not. You go to their house, they got people locked up in their basement. Oh, there's one more. Now this this is a person who does not know how to roll hair. Well, there you have it. Yeah, I didn't get that too well. No, I didn't. But anyway, there it is. What do you think? And that was just me goofing around. I could probably do better if I tried. I really ought to get this little hair setter thing out more often and, play with it. But honestly, most of the time I just don't feel like messing with it. I should though. That's kind of cute. I could do a better job than that. See, if I went to work with my hair shorter and curly, maybe somebody would notice that. But I just wanted to take a minute and explain the whole thing about balls if you're new here, because every now and then somebody will ask in the comment section, what is the deal with balls? Why does she keep talking about balls all the time? Because sometimes I do get a little out of control with the ball talk, and I'm sorry. But I will talk about balls forever. I will try to keep it to a minimum. But I never know when it's going to pop up in the middle of a video. I never know when an opportunity is going to present itself to talk about balls. And when it comes along, I just have to grab it. I gotta grab it by the balls. I gotta do it. It just has to be done. So that is why I talk about balls. I really don't think it would have gone on as long as it did if so many people didn't have a problem with it. Now it's like a perpetual motion machine. It just keeps going because I keep talking about balls. And new people come along who have a problem with me talking about balls, which makes me continue to talk about balls even more. So it has taken on a life of its own at this point. But this channel, as you probably know, is very informal. It's very lo-fi.